I've been working this music, I hope it turns around. We had bugs in the bed, I had to use the ground. You see that pain in my eyes, I hope you feel me. I've been broke from the start, so this won't repeat. I promise, yeah. Good life is a fantasy, struggle is reality for me. I just wanna live that dream.
Ayo, at the end of this video, I'ma play this whole song. You heard? This joint is called Live the Dream. King Taco featuring the legend Neo and your boy Saint Laz. You heard? Produced by the bro MMX from out of France. Muzo MMX, that's my guy. You heard? This joint is a super blazer. And the whole concept of the song is about being a struggling artist trying to make it in the game. It's crazy.
So I ain't never let a nigga suffocate me or crowd me out. Anytime I felt any type of vibe where like a nigga gonna do something to me, you feel me, I'm popping first. Not because I was stupid gangster, I just want to survive the gangster shit. You know what I mean? It turned my heart black. I'm talking about real black. Like when that nigga Nacy came through, I was doing hits for Nacy in '86 from the Supreme Team. I was on the island '86 with Your Majesty, me, Ronnie, Big Howie, all them niggas, yo. Then you probably wouldn't know our time. But we gonna bust a gun now. I'm just, when you want, I'll give you my first time. When I can't remember what the fuck happened. I was with Infinite from Roosevelt when I first got there in the woman house, yo.
What you came through for? Robbery?
Nah, when I first came through, I came through with snatching chains, man. I was snatching chains in Lower East Side, Pitt Street, Delancey Street, Canal Street, snatching Chinese niggas' chains. I had a third-degree robbery. I ain't had no banger, though, you heard? Back then, you know, that's when we was going to the highest price paid on the Lower East Side. Everybody from Brooklyn was crashing windows and snatching chains back in '85. I was a shorty, and I was like probably about 17, 18. Yeah, in the 4 building, I was in 3 Low with me, Killer Ben, Ronnie Mac, Puerto Rican Pito from Bushwick, Brock from the Bronx, Baby Wise from Queens. You know, it was a whole lot of niggas in 3 Low. I was in 3 Low on the other side. They just opened it up, right, because it was the program. And I was in 5 Main, and they sent us down to 3 Low with me and Killer Ben, and we regulated the dorm at the time. Ronnie G from, you might know, I don't know if you know Ronnie, but the One Gold. Yeah, Ike Livingston was there with me. Yeah, Cat Webb, Preem, Godfather for the Blood Gang out of Patterson, his brother Bishop and Just. There's so many names I can't call. The Preem Team niggas was there too. Green Eye Born was on the island with me. Nathan McCleary, the nigga brother David McCleary had rocked the police. What the fuck? I forget the nigga name in Jamaica. I was in there with all. I was on High Max with Big Walt, Nice, you know, Corley, all of them niggas. I was there when they started the Predicate Cutter shit. You know what I mean? When you had Puerto Rican Conan and Buckwheat and Trudeau, when they hit up Powerful from Conan, all that type of shit. You might can't go far back there, but you know, I have to go to telling the story to feel the vibe, though. You heard? I got wet on the island by Moose and Barshon from, you know, Moose and Barshon was called Barshon from Fort Greene and Moose from LG from Franklin Avenue. They blew the shroud. The nigga Ken Do Noodle with Scott the Rock. This was my, we was in the 6th building on the detainees and Wait Boulevard, Keith Clutch, they had bodies. I was in the dorm with Mo Dog. I don't know if you know the nigga stabbed me 7 times over the phone because the nigga Puerto Rican Just, as soon as I put him on life support, he was my man, he ran. Remember, I think I was in 6 Main or 7 Main. I was in the dorm next to the modules where they was wearing the green parole violators. Where the fuck? The nigga that supposedly had killed Scott the Rock named Ken from Hybrid Rate ran and left, and the niggas wet me up, you know what I mean, over the phone. This was so long ago. I think that was summer '89, I believe. The first time I came through, they just opened C-73. It turned into it was the old woman house, and they turned half men and half women because they had a GD program. And I was in the lower dorm in the 4 building across from the gym. So they fucked around and moved us to C7 bitches over there and half niggas. So it was buck wild because this is when you had pizzas from Brownsville in there and all of them. She was working in the kitchen. And them niggas try to, you know how a nigga play about your footwear when you first come through. So Moody from Canarsie and from Roosevelt, we was in one up at the time. So, you know, everybody that came and they fucked around and robbed but me. They had one white boy washing clothes. You know how they had the AB and the Seagate. Then they had another nigga doing, I came in with like 4 niggas, but that night I stood in the corner in the back. And them niggas like, Shorty, you scared? I said, nah, I ain't scared of shit. And they was like, oh, we got a tough nigga. So, you know, they jumped me. Some type shit. And then a nigga, I went to the mess hall, and the nigga mathematics was like, yo, Ski God, what the fuck? And I'm like, yo, I'm good. He gave me a plastic piece, like a joint that came with fiberglass with a point on it. And I went in the dorm. They all jumped me again. They peeked it when I tried to, you know what I mean? But I was the shorty and I fucked
How many of them jumped you, though?
It was like 4 of them. It was a nigga named Moody from Pink Houses. It was a nigga named Just B. I forget the other nigga name. I ran the left in, one up, and I went to 7 Top. Country and them niggas. I don't know if you know Country and Big Jersey. I seen the nigga, and they sent me back because I had to go to the Bing because 3 didn't have no Bing at the time. So anytime you got Bing time, you had to go back to the 4 building. So I went back to the, got out. I just went to mass on everything that moved, but they fought. You heard?
You said that your phone was breaking up for a second. You said you came back with the fiberglass and they peeped that you had it?
Yeah, they peeped it, so they jumped. I was in the A and B gate, you know, I wasn't in the C gate yet. So when they peeped it, boom, because it was falling, it was so big and awkward. I didn't have no tape or nothing on it around it. Yeah, I ain't dressed it up. The nigga gave it to me raw with the point, but he didn't have no sheet or nothing on around the shit. So when I fucked around, you know how they give you the option to go back in the cell. The shots was giving it the option to go in the cell and letting me in the same time. So them niggas didn't wait for me to get in the day room. They popped on me in the corridor, you know what I mean? But it was all, you know, this when the police was turning their back. They didn't give you no love. This when you had Big Officer Simpson, Deputy Warden Valentine was in there, Deputy Warden Freckleton, Captain DeLuca. These is well-known names. If you've been on the island anytime from 81 to 91, you gotta know Deputy Warden Valentine, Captain DeLuca. These niggas, they was around, and Big Country, Captain Country, he was slapping niggas and everything. This is when they was beating niggas. This before the gangs. This when it was the guards against, they was calling the Puerto Ricans Germans. It was the Germans against the blacks, and the guards was the only black niggas that had a little bit of unity. You know what I mean? So really you had niggas like Choco, Outlaw, Chino Cabeza, China Cayona, Buckwheat, Hound Dog. These some legend niggas. These some real splash out artists from the early 80s. Superman and them niggas came through there too. But I wasn't there. But I was 80. They were there. Dead on Road was there when I got there. He from the Ville. And at that time, I was just a shorty. I wasn't ringing no bells at that time. You know what I mean? But, you know what I mean? So I've been through it I've been through the Island, man, in 85, 88, 89, 93. The last time I was on the Island was 98 in the Beacon. With Lacey and all the blood shit and all that kind of vibe going on there, you know what I mean? I did time in Atlanta too. I went to Atlanta in 1998 and got locked up in 98, didn't get out to 2014. I did 17 years. Then I got out in 2014, stayed out to 16 and got caught with 6 pistols in Atlanta again, and they gave me 6 years. They gave me a year for every, it ain't bad down there. They sell them joints in the store, you know what I mean? So they gave me a 20-6. My last, I just got out in 20 on that. So I did 22 years in Georgia. The last 25 years, I've been locked up 22 years, man. In Atlanta, though. Well, not in Atlanta. I got locked up in Atlanta. I was in I did 22 prisons in Georgia. That shit is, it ain't like, you know what I mean, up north. Down there is country niggas who don't give a fuck and they're ignorant. They try to impress each other. So, you know, if you check the homicide rate, they got about 110 bodies a year versus New York. New York averaged 2 murders per year. Them niggas average like 80-something murders a year. Yeah, them niggas they cut the beds off. They cut the legs off the bed and welded. They got the lawnmower blades off the lawnmower. You know, Spanish and that niggas just run around with bangers as long as your leg. And when they just killed T.I. Man, Cap Terrence Beasley. I was down in Smith State Prison in Glenville, Georgia, 2019. Stabbed him 22 times, cut his dick off and everything. They had machetes, free world machetes, man. But they really come off the lawnmower, the bottom of the lawnmower, you heard?
That shit crazy.
Yeah, that shit is out of control, man. If you ever check the count on the body count on with Georgia, Smith State Prison, Hayes State Prison, Hancock, every one of them got 30, 40 murders per year. It ain't nothing, because niggas in New York is based off intellect. If you read books by Marcus Garvey, you know how they vibe, and you turn Muslim or whatever the fuck you doing, niggas gonna give you respect for your intellect. In Georgia, they don't give a fuck about intellect. If you ain't busting your gun, they playing the rip, rape, and rob you game. All the way, no mercy in the streets type shit. So a lot of New York niggas come down. I was guard body. So when I went to Georgia, them niggas didn't know nothing about that intellectual shit as far as being expressive and showing consciousness with Marcus Garvey and Booker T. Washington and all that shit. Them niggas is ignorant, so they don't give a fuck. If you ain't busting your gun, then you won't hold no value in the prison. So they call it the chain gang. You know, like working on the chain gang back in the day. Them niggas is ignorant, they sound ignorant, but you got, so I ain't gonna separate, say all of them is dumb, because collectively you got certain niggas that hold weight, mind, body, and soul down there, and that's the niggas I love. But like versus New York doing prison time to a southern time, if you had a lot of weak New York niggas that was coming from New York, coming down there, was getting ripped, raped, and robbed and everything. I couldn't understand it, because if you was a solid New York nigga, you might have had a few fights on the basketball court. If you bust one or two niggas in fort, niggas ain't never really fuck with your gang, because your name hold weight when it traveled. But you had New York niggas coming from Flatbush and all that down there, and couldn't do time in Georgia, because they wasn't used to dealing with ignorant niggas. They was trying to be on some intelligent shit. You can't be intelligent when an ignorant motherfucker. If a nigga trying to shed blood, you gotta shed blood back. That's the only thing they respect. So I was mad at the New York niggas, because I did 22 years down there, and there was only about 8 New York niggas that really stood up. These were some real dirty ass New York niggas that was coming down. I was like, ain't no way the fuck you from New York. But you know, niggas was coming through claiming they was from certain places, and I'm like, you know, such and such. They was like, nah, I don't know. Then I might say a name and they claim they know him. And I'd be like, yeah, dark-skinned nigga, but the nigga light-skinned. And they was like, yeah, that's him. You know, so I knew these niggas was weak from New York. And I was telling niggas, I said, yo, that nigga ain't no real New York nigga. Nah, he ain't. Because they used to come get me to solidify who the fuck was who. And I was like, oh, yeah, I don't know something, but I know it's, you know what I mean? Yeah, because I had to validate a lot of niggas from New York, because New York niggas wasn't really locked up in the system in 98 down there in Georgia.
You from Red Hook originally?
Yeah, I'm originally from Red. I lived in Red Hook for 13 years. Then I moved to Jamaica, Queens as a shorty when I was like in the 8th grade, some type shit like that. I can't remember. I think I was 13 year. You know, I grew up with Klein, Calvin Klein, and his brother Savior, Big Shot, Rube, Stanley, and all them niggas. Coffee Park niggas, 27 PS15, the Rain and Henry, the White Street, you know. You know, we did the DJ Flash movement in the parks back, Coffee Park back in the days. And, you know, the only product that really came to Red Hook was Gowanus and Tompkins niggas, because they were so close. The rest of that shit, you know what I mean? Niggas didn't really come out there. We was playing a beat-up game when I grew up out there, you heard?
How was that in Red Hook back in the, what was that, the 70s?
Yeah, I left Red Hook. I was born in 66. I left Red Hook in 81.
How was that shit though out there, like in the 70s and all of that?
Oh yeah, man. This was the beat up game and the knife game era. This was the heroin years, man. This was when crack wasn't even out. So, you know, anytime DJ Flash used to come out, you know what I mean, and play his music and do his thing, you know, it was gunshots. You know, but usually it was on a nigga from the projects at another nigga from the project. It wasn't no niggas coming to Red Hook. Other niggas didn't, you know how it was in project shit. Niggas ain't coming to your project who ain't from your project. And if, you know what I mean, niggas, if they did, they had family out there. So everything was pretty much, you know, regulated by, you know, push and pull, like who coming and who ain't coming and type shit. This one Flash came, this right before the Kool Herc shit. Because the Kool Herc shit came out in what, like 74? I'm talking about like 77, 78. If you ever know anybody know anything about Red Hook, jump off that train in Smith and Ninth Street, that G train, and come down, or the F train, and you come down to past Keefu on the Rain and Henry, hit Coffee Park, coming up by the White Street. Every nigga over there, it was thousands of niggas out there, because we didn't know nothing. We was having nothing but those, the block party shit, and the park party. And I was a shorty running around, gunshots. You know, you ain't gonna front. You didn't hear that many gunshots back in them times. But when you did, it bugged niggas the fuck out, because everybody was having eyes back then. Niggas was getting, you know, God bless the dead. My brother Perry Moore got killed on the Rain Street, sleeping outside on the bench, and they cut his throat. My brother, that's how we ended up moving to Queens.
Why'd he cut his throat though? Like where he was
a bitch did it. I don't know if he had some shit with a guy. I think he fucked around and got on he had a welfare check or something, and didn't go to his house like he was supposed to, and fucked around and stayed out on the bench. You know what I mean? And the other chick that he lived with, came out there and saw me. He never knew he got wet up because it was cold. So he was sleeping outside on a bench, in a snow bench, covered up. So I guess the police told my mom that the lady cut his throat with a straight razor when he was asleep, but he died in his sleep. He never woke up because she sliced his throat and left. But they called her later because the bitch took the razor to the house with his blood on. This before the motherfucking all that what you call it, DNA shit. She just had the razor in the house and all that other shit. And he didn't get no time, but like they 15 years, some shit, 10 to life, 15 years, some shit like that. I can't even remember. I wasn't sure. I was like 13. Yeah, that's how we ended up moving to Jamaica, Queens. You heard?
Why they gave y'all like an emergency transfer?
Nah, we lived with the small house. We lived at 82 Centimore by the flagpole, right in the center of the projects. But they built, my mom's, see, my real mother got killed, Vermeer Blas. They shot her, you know what I'm saying? Because my father Puerto Rican, so her husband killed her. So I moved with my aunt. So this the only moms I ever know. So when we grew up, my mother didn't have no money. So when food stamps started coming out, we were like, I think my mother, when I was born, food stamps was only out about 10 years. So my mom was able to get food stamps for me, my brother, my sister. But she had her 2 kids too. This is really my aunt, but she raised me. So when she got the food stamps and all that, housing people came to her with better houses. So we moved from Red Hook Projects to the small houses in Red Hook, which goes right on the White Street across from Pier 27. We was at 82 Centimore. So it was wild as a motherfucker. My mother didn't want us to go to school no more because my sister just got stabbed in the eye on the bus with Gowanus and Tompkins niggas by a bitch named Toya. So we ended up moving to Queens because it was supposed to be love. I guess, mom did want to get a house, a better opportunity for us, you know what I mean?
It was gangs out there back in the days, like the old school type of gang, Brooklyn gangs.
I can't remember the gangs out there because I know you had the Tomahawks and that was coming out there back in there. I don't remember what you had the Tomahawks and the fucking what was the rest of them niggas, the Black Spades and them niggas. They used to come out there. All the niggas was coming out there with leather jackets. And, back then you didn't really recognize gangs because gangs wore they really didn't wear certain things till after the 70s. They started wearing a wristband on their wrist or a leather jacket with some shit on it. You know what I mean? I never really jacked that shit when I was a teenager, right? I fucked with the blood movement myself at one time, but years ago, you know what I mean? I know about all them gangs from them older niggas. Younger niggas like me wasn't into that shit at that time, you know what I mean? I was fighting and beating niggas' asses with chains off bicycles. That's what the fuck I was doing. I was a little nigga, you heard? I always felt I had a point to prove. Cause my brother, I grew up with a brother that never had a fight in his life, and I had a sister, so I feel like I was the protector of the family, you know what I mean?
At a young age, though, while you was with your aunt, you knew what happened to your moms already, or they told you later?
I found out when I was like 11 years old, man. Because, my sister's real dark-skinned, and my brother's dark-skinned. And I never knew the story. I would hear things when my mother would be on the phone with the people she went to church with, but I never really knew until I got 11 years old. My aunts told me what happened with my moms, you know what I mean? And my mother got killed by her husband, Philip Wright. I think it was 1967 he murdered my mother. I was born in 66. My mother ended up fucking with the Spanish nigga, Red Hook, the elevator nigga. And he was Spanish. And my original mom's, her husband, apparently seen my sister getting born and bugged out off of it and didn't have sex with my mom's, and my mom's was very sexual, I heard later on. So she ended up cheating on her husband. Thus, I was born, and I looked nothing like her or him. And the elevator nigga, I ended up looking like the elevator nigga she supposedly was messing with. He came in with a rifle and shot my mother while I was in the crib. Thank God the nigga ain't knocked me off. Nobody killed my mother. So, I got death certificates and all that shit on all that, man. But, because when I was in the box, I did 6 years in the box. And I was trying to tell them niggas, they was telling me I was having anxiety attacks. I never, from that hearing the fire shot from when I was little, because my heart beat a lot. Most niggas got 89 beats a minute. Mine is 129. You know what I mean? So I've been fucked up since a shorty. I've been, what you call that shit? What they call it? OCD, whatever the fuck. It wasn't called that back then, but I've been on that anxiety attack shit. So I ain't never let a nigga suffocate me or crowd me out. Anytime I feel any type of vibe where like a nigga gonna do something to me, or feel me, I'm popping first. Not because I was stupid gangster, I just want to survive the gangster shit. You know what I mean? It turned my heart black. I'm talking about real black. Like when that nigga Nacy came through, I was doing hits for Nacy in 86. from the Supreme team. They see Green Eye Born and them niggas, they wasn't busting nothing. They had street bodies and they had reputation. They never went nothing up. When Troy Singleton and E-Money Bags got killed fucking with that Preem shit, I don't know about printing all this shit, but the nigga Troy was in the dorm with me. They went nigga named Brooklyn from the 90s, wet him up and took all the silk shirts and clothes, and him and a nigga named Bordy from the Polograms from 155th. I was there. I went to go wet them up after they wet Troy Singleton up, because you know, Preem locked up for that body on Troy. But my thing is, Troy wasn't no killer. Niggas was saying he was there. I said, bro, he wasn't no killer on the island. Them niggas robbed him and wet him up, took all the shit, and he didn't bust back. If he'd have bust, I know anybody could get it, but he never bust back. So when I found out, I went to some niggas, you know, Bobby Garcia, shot me, and them niggas from Linda Boulevard, Queens, all the Queens niggas. I went, I said, I know who did it. I said, they was like, everybody know. I said, when a nigga come out the hole, I said, I eat the nigga for 12 sugar bags a week. And them niggas was like, nah, shorty, we got it. And at the time, I think I was 19. Them niggas was probably about like damn near 30. You know what I mean? Yeah, back then, because I didn't give a fuck. I was doing anything for the bags of weed. And I'm going to the mess hall. I'm trying to buy shit with my food. You know what I mean? With the weed. And I'm trying to wet some. Because I wasn't pampering. Mom Duke didn't pamp me. I didn't get no clothes and visitation. I didn't get no sneakers. I took gold teeth out of niggas' mouths and washed it with bleach to the toothbrush and used a boot and a pen. And I used to make the teeth fit. Me and Jamel from Islam, P.I. brother, Prince Islam, King Allah from Marcy. Man, I was with the niggas that we were taking teeth with niggas. Man, we were taking teeth out of niggas. We had the dentist come take teeth out of niggas' mouths.
What you mean the dentist?
The nigga in there, you had niggas that knew how to take the, you know, the clip that come off the ID. When you had the ID back in the day, you had to clip the ID on your collar when you go to court so they could see it. With Brooklyn Queen Pin, all that shit. When they had the YME Pin, the Queen Brooklyn, the little clip thing that go on your ID, they take that shit off, put it on the front of your tooth, and put the back part on the back of your tooth, and they keep pulling and keep pulling and keep pulling it, put it up there to the gold teeth, but it bend all the rim of the teeth out. That's up by your gums in the back. They be all bent up, but once they get that shit out your mouth, they fuck around and take a pen and a shoe and straighten it out as much as possible and put it up in their mouth and make their joint. You know, I had a tooth so long in my mouth, so it came off a big tooth, nigga. I got short teeth, but I was finally got me a gold teeth, 86 something. I put this shit in, I took it out, I put it up in my mouth, but it was so long, it was cutting in the bottom of my lips, so I couldn't close my mouth. I wanted gold teeth so bad. Then I fucked around when I went to visitation. My mom Duke came to see me for the first time, and I was on the island 11 months. She said, where the fuck did you get that tooth from in your mouth? And I had a white cut in the bottom of my lip because the tooth was too big. So I finally took the shit out after Mom Duke. Plus I was getting ready to go up north. I had just caught a little bullshit, 1.5 to 3. So I was on my way up north because I just did 16 months in the 6th building for violation of probation. Then I went up north. So, you know, I was actually, to tell you the truth, I really didn't know the difference between being home or being on the island because I was like on the street, you know what I mean? I was living for the moment, you know what I mean?
A fantasy, struggle is reality for me. I just wanna live that dream, spin that paper, push that beat. Right now I'm just trying to make this ring. Gotta make them end me. I've been trying to make a living writing all this music for my sofa. Riches on my brain with a pocket full of change for a soda. I can go along, clocking into a job. I'm my own boss, I put it in a song. Tell my family, trust me, and hope you understand. I could show you better, let me take you by the hand. I'm on another level, switching up my sound and I can't let go. Rolling in this bread, this ain't no panko. Troubles raining on my back, ain't got no raincoat. I've been working this music, I hope it turns around. We had bugs in the bed, I had to use the ground. You see that pain in my eyes, I hope you feel me. I've been broke from the start, so this won't repeat. I promise, yeah. Good life is a fantasy, struggle is reality for me. I just wanna live that dream. Spin that paper, push that beat. Right now I'm just trying to pay this rent. Gotta make them end.
In prison, risen, now driven. My bros ain't living, my soul is shivering. I'm just trying to come up, I've been stuck, I've been down on my luck, I've been down the buck. Now what? It's struggle. My girl said I love you, but you world's in trouble. I'm losing, y'all, I'm too scarred. I grew up in a mall, keep locking bars. Tell God I'm bitter. I'm a Brownsville nigga, my town is Sliver. Stay sharp, snakes and sharks. Broad day bark, pray hard. This life a test, where you need 2 vests so you lose your chest. Do your best, thrive. You here, you can ride, the dream's alive.
Good life is a fantasy, struggle is reality for me. I just wanna live that dream. Spin that paper, push that beat. Right now I'm just trying to pay this rent. Gotta make them end me.
Yeah, man, LAZ, King Taco, Neo, what up? Uzo MMX on that beat with that fire.
Trust me, one day I'm gonna live that dream.
For anybody in the struggle trying to make it, coming from the bottom, trying to do this shit and not give up.
Trust me, one day I'm gonna live that dream.
Live that dream, baby.